How compound interest really works. Simple explanation. Most people think compound interest is just interest on money, but what most people don't realize is that compound interest is the reason wealth grows quietly for some people and debt spirals out of control for others. Once you understand how it works, you'll never look at money the same way again. Section 1. What is compound interest? Compound interest is the process where interest is added not only to your original amount of money, but also to the interest that has already accumulated. In simple terms, compound interest means earning interest on your interest. This is different from simple interest, where interest is calculated only on the original amount. With compound interest, your money doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows faster and faster over time because each new period builds on everything that came before it. This concept applies to many areas of finance, including savings, investments, and debt. Understanding how it works is essential to understanding how money grows or shrinks over long periods of time. Section 2. A simple example of compound interest. Let's start with an easy example. Imagine you have $1,000. If that money grows by 10% in 1 year, you earn $100. At the end of the year, you now have $1,100. In the second year, you don't earn interest only on the original $1,000. You earn interest on $1,110. So instead of earning $100 again, you earn $110. At the end of year 2, you have $1,210. In year 3, interest is calculated on $1,210, not $1,000. That means the amount of interest keeps increasing each year, even though the rate stays the same. This is the core idea of compound interest. The growth builds on itself. Section 3. Why compound interest accelerates over time. One of the most important things to understand about compound interest is that time matters more than anything else. In the early years, growth looks slow. It can feel almost insignificant, but as time goes on, the growth accelerates. This happens because the interest itself starts earning interest. Think of it like rolling a snowball down a hill. At first, it's small and slow, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, gets bigger, and moves faster. Compound interest works the same way. The longer money stays invested or accumulated, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes. Section 4. Compound interest over longer periods. Let's extend the example. That same $1,000 growing at 10% doesn't just double in 10 years. It keeps growing faster the longer it stays invested. After 10 years, it becomes about $2,593. After 20 years, it becomes about $6,727. After 30 years, it grows to over $17,000. Notice something important. The biggest growth happens in the later years, not the early ones. This is why compound interest is often described as a long-term force. It rewards patience and consistency. Section 5. Compound interest and time versus amount. Many people believe you need a large amount of money for compound interest to matter, but time is often more important than the starting amount. A smaller amount given enough time can grow more than a larger amount invested for a shorter period. This is why understanding compound interest early makes such a big difference. The earlier the compounding process begins, the more time it has to work. Section 6. How compound interest applies to debt. Compound interest doesn't only apply to money growing, it also applies to money owed. Debt that compounds can grow faster than many people expect. When interest is added to a balance and future interest is calculated on that higher amount, the total owed increases quickly. This is why some debts feel like they never shrink, even when payments are made. The same force that helps money grow can work in reverse when applied to balances owed. Understanding this helps explain why compounding is such a powerful concept in both directions. Section 7. Compounding frequency matters. Compound interest depends not only on the rate, but also on how often interest is applied. Interest can compound yearly, monthly, daily, or even continuously. The more frequently interest compounds, the faster the total grows. For example, money that compounds monthly will grow more than money that compounds annually, even if the interest rate is the same. This difference may seem small at first, but over time it becomes more noticeable. Frequency is another reason why compound interest accelerates over long periods. Section 8. Why compound interest feels invisible at first. Many people underestimate compound interest because it doesn't feel dramatic early on. In the beginning, growth looks slow and unimpressive. This leads many people to lose patience or underestimate its impact. But compounding is not linear. Most of the results show up later after enough time has passed. Understanding this helps set realistic expectations and explains why consistency matters more than quick results. Section 9. The key takeaway about compound interest. Compound interest is not about speed, it's about momentum. It rewards time, consistency, and patience. Whether money is growing or debt is increasing, compounding is always at work in the background. Once you understand how it works, you can better understand why long-term financial outcomes often look very different from short-term expectations. Recap summary. Let's quickly recap. Compound interest means earning interest on both the original amount and the interest already earned. Over time, this creates accelerating growth rather than straight-line growth. The longer money compounds, the more powerful the effect becomes. Time often matters more than the starting amount. Compound interest can work in both directions, helping money grow or causing balances to increase faster. And finally, compounding often feels slow at first, but becomes most powerful later. Understanding compound interest is one of the most important steps towards understanding how money behaves over time. If you liked this content, please like, comment, and subscribe.